Wow. Lots of fascinating information flying all over the place. This is Doc from North America saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I mean, it's just lots of fun in every which way. I mean, it just is. There's all kinds of news. And we had a solar flare a couple days ago that blacked out the South Pacific. For a while, radio blackout, and then obviously it dissipates. And then you have rockets' red glare across the Middle East, and I mean it just goes on. There's lots of fun in every different way, or uniqueness. Maybe not fun, of course, but uniqueness. It's fun to watch the whole thing play out, as long as those missiles and bombs are not falling on my head. I guess that's what it comes down to. So it's been unique. You can see there we got the the dollar index up on the screen there. It's been climbing for the last couple of days. It's kind of a safety thing. When the world looks like it's going to fall apart, they buy dollars. And in so simplest of ways, the dollar is what Switzerland used to be in the turn of the last century. Not this past century to turn. So in 1900, Switzerland was the place to run to. In 1950, it was the place to run to. In the year 2000, it was not as. Now the United States was the place to run to, and Switzerland. And now, after the financial collapse of the global market or global economy in 2008, now the United States is basically the only place to run to. So that's why we see a dollar that's stronger. I don't see it as a fundamental thing. I see it more as a just a flight to safety, to liquidity. Nothing more than that. It's like the repo market, and how we described the structure of the way central bank removes capital or adds capital to the economy on a given day or month or week through the banking system, the private banking system, that is. And so that is really the nature of it all. So let's take a look at the euro real quick up on the same screen. Let's go over to the euro. Euro on the wall right there. And you can see right there, it's been in a sell for a few days. Let's move this. Let's see how we do this. I like this. This is so much fun. The ability to look so close at the work, and then go like that. We go like this, and then we go like that again. So you can see we've been in the daily sell for 4 days now, I guess. That looks like what it is. And let's see what the spreadsheet says. Let's go to the spreadsheet. And there's the spreadsheet, and there's the euro, and it says 1 day. Interesting. Now why is that 1 day? Oh, let's go over to the old platform, because we're still using the old platform to fill the spreadsheet. We don't use the new platform yet. It's all a beta still. It's just that it just happens to be way more accurate than the old platform. But we're kicking the tires. That's what it comes down to. We're kicking those tires, making sure it does what it's supposed to do. And then here we go like this. There's the old platform, and you can see this is a second day now on the sell. And so you can see how it was a lot of red and green. It was holding back the trade. It put it into the buy there. Then we had a red and green on this one, so you couldn't put it in the sell. Then we had this move up. Obviously it was still in a buy. Then 4 days back, you can see we tried to go into the sell, but we had a green and a red saying there was some volatility coming. And obviously it has come. And then you can see here it is, still in the buy right there on Monday, that was. And but then when we jump over to the beta, which is, like I said, the beta really seems to me to be so much more in tune. And I'm real happy about that. That's what we were shooting for. In other words, more accurate, raising the accuracy even more. And so in this case here, the product has been in the sell for a bunch of days here. Matter of fact, it's gone in and out. Actually, to be exact, it's been in the sell 6 days back, really, right there. So, you go 3, 4, 5, 6. Since that day right there, it's been in a sell on the beta. And it's been pretty accurate. The only difference is that it's in a weekly buy, but has started to push into the sell there. And over here, you see it went into the weekly sell last week, but it didn't give you a chance to take any of these shorts. That's the problem with the daily, the coordination of it. Now we're tightening it all up. We'll get it figured out, but we're real happy with this because at least it told you here, be flat or short, but don't be long, even with it up in the weekly buy there. And then coming into here, it jumped right into the minus all week long. It's been into the sell. And so with the daily sells and it being in a sell, you could like be short call spreads or own puts or, very low impact but good delta type things to be invested in. And so that's the magic we see right here today. So yes, dollar is being bought, but not, and as you can see, which platform we have up? Okay, so as you can see, it's not, it's not taking out this low here. It's not down there yet. It has to, it would have to, I guess the low would be like down there, so you can see it's still not taking out the lows. These are higher lows. That's what they are, higher lows. And will they even take out that 110 area? That's the bigger question. I'm not really sure. I don't see it that loud. It would have to be a real global calamity, and I don't really see that much of it. I mean, you got to figure the Ruskies. They're dealing with Crimea and all kinds of other things in Ukraine, and they're just holding on with their fingertips. The best thing they're probably wishing for is Israel to bomb oil so that the oil price goes roaring up and they make some money. So, I mean, they may be like shaking their heads yes, but they're doing nothing about it. Let's put it that way. And let's do that. Let's go see what oil looks like this morning. And zoom, bang, swoop. And there it is. There is West Texas Intermediate. And you can see it jacked up yesterday with all those missiles raining down on Israel. And you can see in a daily buy, and you can see the strength there. Let's see. I don't think it was was it in the daily buy? I don't think it was. And what does it say on the spreadsheet? Let's go take a peek at that. And then we'll take a look at the old platform. Because that's what we fill the spreadsheet with, the old platform at this point. So, right there. So it's 2 weeks in a daily buy, 6 days in a daily sell. And is that right? Anyway, crude should be, it should be, shouldn't it be, didn't we close in a daily buy yesterday? I thought we did. Yeah, that should be a 1 there. Not, yeah, right there. That should be a 1. So we're 1 day in a buy. I know it. For there, let's go like this. We'll erase that. And let's jump over to the old platform. I'm sure it has it as a buy. Not there. There, okay. Okay. There it is right there. Yeah, it closed in a daily buy yesterday. It's right there on the old platform. I'm not sure how we left that 6 in there. That's confusing. But, so it's 1 day in a buy. Now we're on a 2nd day. And you can see the old platform is saying this is going on a 3rd week in a buy. And that's why we do enjoy the, imagine this glide down. And on the beta, yeah, see, that was in a weekly sell. Let's put that back up there so you can see. So last week it was still in the sell right in there. It had been in the sell, so at least you caught the downward, slide, and it was even in there. When it went into the sell there, you're able to take that trade and enjoy it. See, that's why we're really happy with the success we're having with the beta, and we're letting our clients use the beta for free for the time being until we get it all kicked and adjusted and making sure everything is running right on it. And so, you're going in both ways. So if any of you care, just contact Robin. It's always an easy do. Easy do right there. If you want to see that, you can do the same things with us. Play with that. So there we are. All right. From the let's see. So what did we do? Is we went from dollar to euro to crude. Just to be in the theme of the events going on around us. So that is the magic of it all. I would just assume that they will do the most logical thing they can do. Remember, the Israelis usually are very methodical and logical, and they are not, harebrained like some of the countries in the Middle East that do harebrained ideas. Like, I mean, really, did they have to send 181 ballistic missiles? Wouldn't it have been smarter to just fire like 5? It would have done the same thing. But to fire 181 ballistic missiles at Israel, I mean, maybe they learned something that the Israeli air defense system can do ballistic missiles as well as it does small rockets. I mean, that seems kind of stupid, They're not very smart, because now they're forcing Israel to be more thorough, and so we just showed you the 3 things that they could be involved in, and here's a good example. Let's do this. Let's go to gold. If the planet was really going to hell in a handbasket, and there's gold. There we go. You can see we didn't even get into the buy with that move yesterday. It still kept us in a sell. Today, it's having a hard time getting into a buy. It gapped up a little bit. Let's see what we can do about making that bigger so you can see it. Yeah, so you can see there. You see it gapped up and is moving down. You see here, the daily algorithm is saying, meh. And that's what it really comes down to. You can see we're still in the weekly buy, down there in the weekly buy signal. So if the planet was really going to hell in a handbasket, you would think that would be reaching for the stars. And we are at all-time highs. I mean, that is true. But nothing more than nothing more than that at this point. In other words, silver. I think we did see silver up. Let's see the runt of the litter, I guess you could call it. Silver. Let's see. There we are. And there's silver. And silver, same situation. 4 days in a sell. The weekly is still in a weekly buy. And it's not taking out the highs of this last week. And it needs to take out that 32.25, and today's high is 31.87. So I'm not seeing the nervousness yet across the planet. And you don't have to worry about the Israelis doing something foolish. I mean, they're just going to do something logical. Now the question is, what is that? And I showed you. Oil is a logical thing that you could go after, but it would disturb the world economy. So more than likely, they're not going to do that. If they do anything, they'll do it so it damages domestic use, not what they've been doing. Or maybe it'll take out both. Who knows? Who cares? It's the Russians are really cheering for it, I'm sure. And let's see, who else is there? Obviously, Mr. Biden is not. The last thing he needs is another spike in the energy sector to hurt the economy even more here. After 3.5 years of Bidenomics, it's like 3 years and 3/4 now of Bidenomics. We've almost going on 4 years of Bidenomics, and it's not a pretty story. So that's the last thing they need to be reminded, is how bad they govern economically. So not that. I would say the nuclear plants are more easier to just take them out and remove them, and make them reinvest all that money again into building new ones. Add jobs to Iran. That's it. It'd be like a job program. Take out all their nuclear facilities altogether, and that would be a great jobs program. Maybe the Ayatollah would get credit for being so tenacious, and they could spend all that money on building new facilities, and maybe that would make I can't see how the world economy would really care on that one. Let's see, what was the other one? I heard another one too. There's another logic to it, and that is just targeted military sites throughout Iran. Just wipe it out to the point where the Revolutionary Guard have to fight with the public without any weapons. That could be an interesting one. They say the Ayatollah is hiding, not because they're worried that the Israelis are going to do something to him. They're worried that the opposition now is coming after him. That's what they're saying. So I guess it depends on who and what anybody wants to believe. So how do we make money out of this? That's what I'm really here for, traders. How do you make money out of this? Well, we've been short already for, I've been in what you call butterflies. So they're gaining money very nicely. I'm not complaining. And, I'm just saying basically that was the name of the game. I think I mentioned it weeks ago. And, it's fun times. Very little, almost no money to make a lot of money. That's why we trade options. Use a little money to make a lot of money. All right, just sipping my tea again there. Now, from there, let's go back to the currencies and just see what's going on with cable. I think that's right there. See, it's in a sell for a bunch of days. Hasn't hit the weekly yet. Again, I don't see the world getting that nervous over everything that's going on. That's what that's telling us. We're just not seeing any real action there. We're just seeing slow, steady burn. No real terrifying action. They're not reaching for the gold. We'll have to take a look at the South African Rand, see how they're doing there. But I would imagine that there isn't much going on. People like to get some return on their money. But to me, it's been more of building puts positions on, short positions without any real risk. That's the real key right there. So if it doesn't happen, it don't matter. If it does happen, you make money. Money. All right, from there we'll go over to the Swiss. There's the Swiss. Now, the Swiss, like I said, is unfortunately, since the collapse of the global financial system back in 2008, it's lifting up like the rest of the gang. People are not running and buying Swiss. They are obviously selling it a little bit there. Looks like this is the second day in a buy. Let's go down to the spreadsheet just to double check to make sure Doc didn't put the wrong number in there. Right there. Swissy in daily sell. That's sell, right? Is that sell? Yeah, that's daily sell. So the Swiss is in daily sell. And it's pressing down, and now all of a sudden it's trying to get in. Oh, you know what? We didn't put that in. It's really a +1. That's what it is, because it went into the buy yesterday. So we go like there. So it's wah. Zang. There we go. Did I open up the right one? It is the right one, right? Yeah, there it is. 10:02. Okay, just double checking. What else do we have up there? Don't we have? That was Monday. I'm trying to figure out why my numbers are wrong in a few spots. Swiss, yeah, it was 5, then the 6. Now, how did I put 6 in there when it should have been 1? Darn. Ah, there's the Robin. See what Robin has to say. Yo, Robin.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
I need the link for today.
Okay, here it comes.
I don't know why some days, there's only 1 or 2 days a week I can't find it. The other days it comes right up. It's weird.
It's the goblins.
The who?
The goblins.
The Galmans?
No, goblins. 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 Yeah. It's the electronic goblins. We always blamed all the time. Always blamed them. It's like
I had an interesting thing happen.
You are on live.
I have 2 bridges on the bottom of my
Again, you're on live on the webcast.
What?
You're on live on the webcast. Hello.
You're already on?
Yeah, it's 8:51. It's 7:51 your time.
Wow, my clock is an hour. It needs a battery.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna change it. Yesterday the mouse battery went out.
Oh
You're on
no.
the same schedule?
Oh
I don't
no.
believe it. Okay, bye.
Bye bye. All right, traders. There it is. Robin was moving a little slow today. Obviously, his batteries are running down. He's got to put new batteries in. Let's see. Let's see where we're at now. So in the end, you can see the Swiss is unfortunately going with the rest of the marketplace. Being sold, which is a little sad, but it's okay. I mean, think about it. It's 85. 85. I gotta whisper when I say that. I'm so excited when I see the price of the Swiss franc against the dollar. 85. When it was at 101. A year. I guess you could say almost a year ago at this point. Is it a year ago? It's like, I mean, what can you say about that? Let's take a long look at the Swiss. I mean, I'm just enamored. That's why I keep on mumbling all the time here on the webinar. Every central bank should be forced. I'm telling you, it should be a rule that they have a Swiss banker. They should have a Swiss banker on their board. Let's see. So it's a year and a half now. They've come down from, and even now, even this, it was up in the 90s, 80s, got down to 83, and ran back up to the 90s. But when they started fighting the inflation, almost a year and 3/4 now, 2 years ago, that product, let me see if I can get it up on the screen even better. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go back even further. Just to be able to show you, it was at 101. I mean, they should be playing this webinar for the bankers in Turkey, the central bankers in Turkey. They should be saying, this guy Doc, he keeps on saying we should have a Swiss banker working for us. We should have a couple Swiss bankers. Well, in Turkey's case, I think they should have about half a dozen, working for them. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great if Turkey had? There we go. Let's try that. There we are. See how that comes out, and that will show you. Let's show you and say close, and then we'll go slide back there again. It was like 101. Look at that. You can see it right there. Look at that. It was up at 101. Can you imagine seeing a 20% drop or a 17% drop on the Turkish lira, the great experiment? It wouldn't be a great experiment if they had a couple of Swiss bankers helping out their central bank, because then it would be working right. That currency would be probably trading at like 14 or 13 or 12 or something like that. Not at 38, not at 40. Traders, inflation is a true tax, and it's a true punishment to the average person. It really hurts them. Inflation is not a good thing. Why Turkey thinks inflation is fantastic, I have no idea, but they just won't let go. They got to keep on playing the same game every day. Got to keep on doing what they do. But yeah, I say, look at that. And so look at this. I get excited when I look at it. I look at it and go, wow, it's playing with the 84s. It's like these guys came down from 101. They woke up. They knew it was wrong. It wasn't working. They stopped what they were doing. And the Swiss bankers rolled up their sleeves and straightened it out. And, we have two examples here of good management. I mean, we have three, actually. The Fed, U.S. Fed is a clown show. That's even worse. That's almost as, can you imagine if Turkey had the power of the dollar? In other words, and the esteem and so forth. Instead, we've got a goofy banker, pal that doesn't even know that there's inflation. Had no idea that there was inflation. Come on saying, don't worry about it. It's transitory. It has no relationship. And then it goes to 10%. One of the highest inflation rates we've ever seen in America. Just an explosion, from 1.4 to 10. I mean, even in the worst of times of Jimmy Carter, we saw it go from, say, 7, 8, 9. It went to 9 maybe, and then it went from 9 to like 20 or 21, just as he was being removed from office, and Mr. Reagan came in. And so, inflation's a bad thing, and why any particular central bank would, support it is they're out of their minds. Whoever came up with that idea. So anyway, I just get excited when I see the Swiss, and obviously it would be nice if the currency was not being sold from the dollar, but that's all right. Look at it; it's basically down at the lows, so who cares? It's no big great shakes. It's not the world's not coming to an end. Let's put it that way. All right, from there we go over to the yen. Yen, that with their new prime minister, kind of popping up the last couple of days, and now it's jumped into the buy. You can see the weekly is just on the edge. You can see the fast algo has already leaped through the manifold. So now the bigger question is, how high will this go? Will it go up to the 50 area, the 48 area? It looks relatively calm. He does say that he's in support of raising interest rates over there. So that would be really nice, because they're in something what we refer to as stagflation. Not inflation, stagflation. What it means is that the economy is stagnant, and at the same time they have inflation that's hurting them. So we'd like to see them move out of that stagflation period and move back to economic stability. All right, and then from there we go to the Turkish lira right there. And there's the Turkish lira. See the second day, it's in a sell. It's heading down. Not there. That's not where it goes. Put the line in there. Go like this. There we are. And you can see the weekly is trying to... It's at 0.00 at the moment. It's just fighting its way into the plus. So it went into the sell last week, and we got a little weakness out of it. No doubt about that. You can say that this is definitely right here, higher than right here. So, it knew, the math knew that it was heading south. And so now what we're doing is we're just watching to see how it, builds a base at this particular blue line, and, sees that this is the support area. And I don't know, we just watch it because, it's being managed in a very exotically strange way to the point where it's not helping anybody particular. Let's put it this way, it's not helping the general population, that's for sure. Maybe somebody individually is benefiting, but not the population. Now let's go take our quick jump down to, not down under, but close to it, and that is South Africa. Let's go to Swaziland. No. And there it is. You can see it's popping up a little bit, so it means there's pressure on the gold. But didn't we just see, what did we see for the gold? Let's put gold up on the machine here. I think it gapped up and was working its way down. I think that's what it was. Yeah, look at that. It's now into the minus. So on Monday, I'm sorry, that's Tuesday. So Tuesday it closed at $2,690. And today it's trading at $2,671. So it's down $19. So Rocket's red glare didn't seem to have that much of an effect. Rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in midair, gave proof through the night. See, that's if that was really detrimental to the global economy, that gold would be up around 3,000, or at least not 3,000, but it would probably be at like 2,750. Instead, it's actually down for the day. And you can see it's trying to get into a buy right there, but now we can basically move that over to there like that because it's a green and a red and moving down. You can see it is a plus 0.80 at the moment right there in the algo. Now it's 0.6. Now it was 0.4. Now it's 0.33. Keeps on dropping, doesn't it? Ooh. Smack-a-doodle. 0.60 again. 0.53. I mean, it's just not one full point even. It's just so small. Ooh. Let me go check the chat line. Make sure I'm not missing anything. No, no one's saying anything to me. Hi, hi, hi. Hi there, ho there, hey there. All right. So from there, what were we looking at? Oh, yes. So we're looking at the South African Rand. So there's the gold. Let's see what the silver. We looked at the silver before. The silver's actually that's firm. Look at that. That's plus now. How about that? Cool. So it's up for the day. So they're selling gold, buying the cheap silver, and you can see it's even trying to get into the daily buy, even with that green and a red there. So they're banging away, and you got that long weekly buy going on. And then from there, let's go look at. Remember, China is closed, so markets are kind of stalled over there. There's the copper in a sell for a second day with a green and a red and a tire. It's in a weekly buy now, going on a fourth week. Copper's kind of hanging in there. I guess I don't know. Are they going to? The big question is if they're going to do this stimulus thing in China, are they going to go knock down the ghost cities again and rebuild them again? Just going to waste money again, pretending that they're doing something positive, stimulatingly to the economy. I say no. It's just a sugar high. I think we used that yesterday, right? It's a sugar high. And so we don't see any real intelligent movement when it comes to this stimulation. I did hear that Hong Kong is still trading. They're not following the Shanghai market, and they're still trading, and it's at a 1-year high or something like that, or 2-year high now. And it's up again 6% more today. So money is pouring in for the investors. Sugar high. Indeed, sugar high. Sugar. All right. Now, from there, we go over to the January platinum. And it looks like it's battling its way into a buy. Look at that. We got a green and a red. And it's across the zero line at the moment at 0.47. Still in that weekly buy. And maybe this is I don't know. They're buying platinum, they're buying silver, and they're selling gold. Does that sound like an unwind or what? I think it's an unwind. That's what it reminds me, is an unwind. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like, an unwind. So, maybe that's it's so hard to say, what really is going on with the metals market, more than the fact that we have a central bank that is deeply involved, and central banks across the planet are deeply involved in buying gold all the time now. They're building up their gold reserves. Boy, doesn't that want you to feel like, that's not the place to be? Really. Will we be seeing in a year from now gold trading at 2,300 or 2,200, and all that buying up in the mid zone? Could be, people will be like, oh my God, is gold going to break 2,000? That will be fun. That would be real fun to watch, to see how that plays out. And so we're really going to have our eyeballs on that. We'll know after the election in November, which is now moving towards literally 4 weeks away, something like that. 4.5 weeks away. So, that is really the thing to watch for, is that will they start to lift platinum and lift silver and sell gold? And, the central banks across the planet have been buying tons of the stuff. Tons. And here we are at the all-time highs. So you would assume somebody would be smart to take some of that off. There you go. All right. So from there, we go over to the energy sector, which we've already looked at. But now let's go right to Brent. Let's see what Brent looks like and put that up on the screen. See what they're doing with the Brent. Right there. There it is right there. Now Brent doing the same thing as West Texas. You see it lifting up. We'll do this. Make it so you can see it real well. Real well. See, it's lifting up there. You see we're in a daily buy, 2 days. This is the second day of it. And this has been in the sell from this whole glide down. And now we are just pushing back into the buy after 5 weeks in a sell. It's trying to climb into the buy. I mean, you got a very wild and woolly Middle East at the moment, where a lot of oil is a swing producer, and so we're surprised. I heard somebody say on one of the financial channels, or might have been even Bloomberg this morning, that said we're really amazed that it's still holding a 7 handle. In other words, they're looking for it to be in the 80s or 90s, and here we are. We're barely, was it 72? Where is it at right now? Well, this is Brent. So Brent is trading at 75.42 basically at the moment. And then when we go look at West Texas, right there, West Texas is trading at 71.84 basically, with a high of 72.50. So, they're like, how come it's not up in 77, 78, going after the 8 handle instead of the 7 handle? I think they know. Smart money knows that that whatever occurs, it's probably not going to be. It's going to be more to hinder the leadership of Iran than to punish the people of Iran. Yes. That's what it is. Take out the gunman. Was it a duppy and a gunman? There was a song in Jamaica back in the 70s. A duppy and a gunman. Aye, man, aye. All right. From there, we shoot over to... Let's go take a look at the heating oil. I did see that lift up last night. I was looking at that. And I figured if everybody uses it. Now, it didn't get into the buy because of that red dot there. Whereas over on the old platform, it closed in the buy. Let's see if we can show you that. Yeah, see, it closed in the buy. And it's flirting easily with the weekly buy. And then we go back over to here, doing the same thing. It's flirting easily with the weekly buy. If manifolds, the slow has moved through the manifold the whole bit. And you can see it's pushing up for a second day. The only difference is it threw us a red dot there. So now it's trying to get us into the buy. Let's see. And that, heating oil is, and I remind everybody, the heating oil feeds the airplanes that fly every day up in the sky, the trucks that deliver the goods, power plants that are run by diesel or kerosene. It's all the same basically. And then what's the last thing it does? Oh, it heats houses. That's why we call it heating oil, because it heats the houses too. So it heats the engines for the airplanes, it heats the engines for the trucks, and it heats the houses people live in. Alrighty. So from there, we slide down to nat gas. Natural gas right there. You can see it's been in a buy for 4 days. It's been in a weekly buy for 5 weeks. And you can definitely say back here it is lower than it is from there. Let's see, when was it? Went into the buy. Let's give it a refresh so you can see it too. So on August 6th, that week, the close of August 6th, it went into the buy. So right in here, it went into the buy this week, right there. So you can obviously see It is definitely higher than when it was on August 6th. It's up there now. Natty gas. Keeps on climbing. And then, see, where's it at today exactly? It's at, the high today is $3. So it's going from $2 to $3. What a wild and woolly product this can be. There, yeah, it was right there. The week that it went into the buy, the low had been $1.86. $1.86 the week before. $1.86. How about that? The low of that week was $1.92. So it was a higher low. Nope, there's $1.88, but it was still a little bit higher than $1.86. Yeah. Ooh, I just heard somebody say sugar high. Sugar high. That's what it is. Sugar high. I heard that on CNBC. No. Fox Business. The business channel. The best business channel out there. Fox Business. All right. Now, from there, let's check out. That's the natural gas. So we've done oils. We've done produced derivative of heating oil for the engines and the commerce. And then we did natural gas. So last but not least, we go and take a look at the energy company down in Spain. And right there it is. Here it comes. Bada bing, bada bang, bada... Ooh, look at that smack in it. How about that? What's that all about? It was climbing. It was in a buy for a bunch of days. What's that? 2, 4, 6 days. Today they're pushing it into the sell. Ah, look at that. It never really... You could not even take that long. How about that? You know, it's been in a weekly sell now. 3 weeks. So... What is that all about? Can we speculate? I can always speculate. You know, why is it showing sellers? Maybe they believe Mr. Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, and then that we are going to be seeing, you know, $2 natural gas again, and exported. He'll legalize exporting it again to Europe. Mr. Biden, I think, he blocked the sell of natural gas to Europe. I don't get the guy. The guy's weird. All right, from there, where do we go from now? Let's see. Let's take a look at, you know, we know China's closed. Maybe we should put the Hang Seng up there. But let's see. Let's take a look at the Singapore Straits Times first. STI has been lifting in the last couple days. And then we'll take a look at Japan. There it is right there. Now it's been 2 days in a buy last we looked. Yeah, it's still in a buy. Still hanging out up there. It's in a weekly buy for, what's that, 7 weeks? Boy, they do know what's going on. You can tell, obviously, it went into the weekly buy somewhere around in here. So obviously it's definitely higher there than it is there. That's for sure. Let's check out Tokyo. Konnichiwa. Tokyo, right there. They lifted it yesterday and sold it today. And it looks like it's pushing into the sell on the daily. And it's still in a weekly buy for 2 weeks now. So obviously it is... 2 weeks ago is right around in here. So obviously this is higher here than it is there. So the weekly buy is accurate. And it wasn't daily buys going up, and now it's trying to push into the sell here. So let's see if we can make that really, really insightful. Like that. Let's see how close we can to getting this thing. So there's a buy there. Buy. And then it looks like it pushed into the sell for a couple days in here. There. And it's minus. And minus again there. So last couple days it's been pushing into the sell, but it's in a weekly buy, so you're stuck in the neutral zone. Being flat. Let's check out South Korea. I heard Miss Harris, the presidential candidate, say that she has a really good relationship with North Korea, and that they're a great ally to America. I'm a little confused what the hell she's talking about, but then it is her, Miss Word Salad. It was very weird. You can see, there you go, Kospi's moving down again. It's a couple days in a sell. It wasn't a weekly buy last week. Now it's pushing into the sell. And a little pressure there. We'll see how they treat that. Let's see what Taiwan is doing. Are they following the moon? Or are they trading away? Let's see. Let's see. TYW. Taiwan. There it is right there. Last couple of days they're pushing that into the downside too. But it's in that weekly buy for 3 weeks here. Back there was in a weekly buy. There is a weekly buy. So back in here it went into the weekly buy and it did lift. This is definitely higher than here. So obviously the weekly buy was right. You can see lots of daily buys going on with that. And lots of green dots and all that fun stuff. So Taiwan is topping out a little bit, but you know it's up at the higher end of the range compared to the Kospi. We're seeing the Pacific Rim nations, having their issues. Let's see, who else is there? Do we have Jakarta? We were looking at Jakarta. It's a very large country, has a great amount of oil wealth. Let's see, we're gonna have to rename some of this stuff and put it in there so I can see the name instead of saying ETF or stock. I like what I'm doing now when I do it. It says what it is. See that right there? GBP, platinum, sugar, yen, Swiss, cocoa, orange juice, cotton, coffee. Yeah. Let's see. I understand that, Indonesia's big on rubber. They have the rubber trees and all like that. I don't see Jakarta in there anymore. We're going to have to put that back in there. I do like looking at the others. So from there, let's jump over to the Nifty 50 right there. And that's interesting. Look at that. 3 days pushing into the sell. There's 2 full days right there. And it's been in a long weekly buy. All the way back down in the, what is that, the 22,000 area. And now we're trading in the 26,000 area. So obviously 22 is lower than 26. So that weekly buy has been a good weekly buy. Indeed. From there we'll zip over to Europa. Let's see how the Zetra DAX is doing. DAX. Where are you, DAX? I think it's higher up, the DAX. Is it higher up? Yeah, I think it is. Well, let's look at Bitcoin, and then we'll go to the DAX, just because I see it. Yeah, look at it. They've been putting pressure on that from the 66,000 area. We're down now into the 61,000 area. We've been in weekly buys for 3 weeks. We've been in a daily sell for 3 days now. So since the 63,000 area basically, and now it's at 60. So it's dropped 3. But the problem is we're in a weekly buy, so it's telling you to just be neutral for the last $3,000. All right, let's find the DAX. GBP. I know it's here. DAX. DAX. There it is. There's the DAX. A few days in a sell. You can see 2 on the algorithm. But again, we're in the same situation. That weekly buy from back here is still in effect. So it's in a neutral. Daily sell, weekly buy. Be flat. Be neutral. Be something, but don't be long or short. Then from there we go over to, let's see what the Oh, you know what we have Brussels now too. Let's see if I can find Brussels. Let's see, Brussels. There it is right there. I think that's it right there. There's Brussels. And look at the strength in that. They've been pushing that up. I figured, that's the capital of Europe. So if we had we used to have a Washington, D.C. exchange. It was called the Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia exchange. It was a combination of all three exchanges. And then there was a separate Philadelphia exchange. But there was a Baltimore, Washington. And guess where it's at now? The old members moved it to Hawaii. It's in Hawaii now. So the Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia Stock Exchange is now in Hawaii. It's been there now for like 20 years. 25 years maybe at this point. Let's see. From there, let's go see what Paris is doing this morning. Paris. Right there. You see, that's been in a sell for a few days. Looks like 3 days. Let's double check there. It's a minus, yep. So it's been 3 days in a sell. It's been kind of slipping, but again, trapped in that weekly buy. So, daily sell, weekly buy. Neutral. And then we'll finish it off with the FTSE. Right there. There's the FTSE. And the U.S. stock market's up too today. You can see FTSE's up for a second day. But, we're still, the algorithm's in a minus. And it's in a weekly buy. So it's really trapped. Can't get into a direction. And the U.S. stock market, which was down 200 points, is only down, it's unchanged basically. Let's see, what is the fair value of it at this point? NASDAQ's down more, but let's see if we can see where the fair value is of the U.S. stock market. Fair value. Let's see how much premium in the future. Okay, so yeah, it's basically, let's see, there it is. The Dow really fair value would be plus $13. Implied right now it's minus 17. So we're just like on the edge. All right, traders. We've had enough fun. What's today? Wednesday, right? So tomorrow is Thursday. We're getting towards the end of the week already. So this is Doc from North America. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders.